I was really struggling. I didn't know if I was gonna get back to my level. I was really scared that I was gonna fall behind a lot.
But it's all about if you actually execute, and this is where I'm super proud of you. Like,
So it was great to get that part out of my head. Basically, that was part of me achieving the success I have now, overcoming those fears and that injury. So that was just great.
all right, welcome guys. Today I'm with my guy Finn here. And Finn, I mean, you went from being injured, not playing at all last season, to this season winning your conference. But more importantly, you had a great season, winning Defender of the Year and first team all conference. Like, walk us through it. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing, feels rewarding. I mean, if you reach something that you set yourself with goal 2 years ago already, to finally achieve that is awesome. It's the best feeling you can probably have.
I love that. I love that. And when you read your name on that Instagram post, like, now I remember seeing that by myself. How did that feel? How did it feel after all kind of like the setbacks that you went through these recent years?
It was great. Actually, when we got the award, and was the first time in a long time that I got emotional being rewarded by something. Like, winning championship is great, but finally getting something that you really worked for got me a bit emotional there, I gotta say. So it was awesome. Fantastic.
I love it. I love it. All right, so kind of take us back to the moment when we first met and you kind of reached out, and what kind of position you were when we actually started working.
I was in a bad spot. I mean, being injured is always horrible, and especially here in college when you are under so much pressure of only having those 4 or sometimes 5 years of eligibility. So every game, every practice, everything counts. So I was really struggling because of that fear that I didn't know if I was gonna get back to my level that I'd been on, or if I could even develop and go to a level beyond that. So I remember that I was in a bad spot, and then obviously remember that you got this program, and so I started reaching out to you.
And maybe for anyone watching, like, Finn had a foot injury that basically ruled him out for the entire season last year, which made him like had to have a medical redshirt. And when you first got into the injury and you knew, hey, my season's probably over, like, what did that do with your mindset in terms of your confidence and your doubts?
I mean, my confidence pretty took a hit. I was struggling with myself, thinking about the simple things that I was able to do them at that great of a level again. And obviously you got a lot of competition over here. So you got sometimes 30 to 40 kids or guys that want to take your spot. So I was really scared that I was going to fall behind a lot, that I'd have to work myself up to the spot that I've been in where others progressed a step further already. So if there was the fear of not being able to catch up to them, obviously.
Yeah, no, 100%. When you were kind of like facing those struggles, those doubts, like, what made you come reach out to me and be like, hey, I can't fix that by myself. Like, I'm in this like endless spiral of just going over the same thing over and over again, and I need someone to kind of point me the direction, someone that already has kind of gone through what you've been through.
I mean, just like you said, I was spiraling, so everything that I did was only in the horizon of what I knew already. So all the stuff that I learned previously, I tried to do that, and it didn't seem to help. So I was just trying to get to someone that obviously went through it, like you said. So maybe to see something that I didn't know about or I hadn't tried yet. So just expanding my horizon with obviously someone that has knowledge about that.
No, and in terms of like your mindset, because I remember that was like kind of the biggest thing that you struggled with and we worked on. Like, what was it that you said, like, hey, those are the things I'm going through right now, and if I continue like that, I won't be able to come back as someone that is even stronger and even better than before.
I mean, the word that probably describes the best is hopeless. So I was really doubting myself and not really having that hope of like, hey, like, this is gonna be easy, I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna come back better than before. So I was really sad about that, and as I said, hopeless. I mean, didn't have the energy anymore, didn't have the time to work on those things because I just felt too tired. So that was a bad spot.
Yeah, 100%. So kind of like be honest, like, how frustrating was it to see the others play, to know that right now they are stepping up levels and you didn't really have the structure where you knew, like, hey, this is what I have to do in order to get better each and every day, and this is what's going to get me to my level and even exceed that level from the point on. Because you said there's so much competition, and yeah, what was really that frustration like, not really knowing what to do and not having the structure?
I mean, first of all, for me, it was very, very hard to sit on the side of practice, watching the guys play, having fun, just seeing them improve. While you're out there and you got that feeling in yourself that they're like, hey, like, I want to be out there, I want to compete, I want to show them that I'm better than them, because obviously there were also new guys there, didn't know me from before, and I wanted to show everyone like, hey, like, I can do all this and I can do it better. So that was really hard. And like you said, I didn't really have that structure where I was like, okay, I'm progressing to the next step, onto the next step, and when I finally reach this step, I could do this and that. So it was just kind of doing the same stuff over and over, and basically hoping that one day I'd wake up and define, which obviously wasn't gonna be the way it's gonna be. So that was really hard.
And what was kind of like the moment that you said, hey, I want to join the program, like something has to change now, like I can't be going through the same thing over and over there?
I mean, I remember us having that call, and the things you said to me and how we went over certain things really like lit the fire again. And I was like, okay, like there's actually someone that can direct me in the way, that can show me different steps and actually give me knowledge from his own experience to make sure that I was feeling like, hey, like I can get through this, I can get to that point. So it was for me, it was the core where we talked about all that stuff, and I was like finally feeling like someone understood the position I was in, and also what I wanted, how I felt, what was missing for me. So for me, it was absolutely fun.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And I really think that our one-on-ones over the time really made the difference, where we could really personalize a plan towards your needs, because I'm a big believer in there's not a one-size-fits-all solution. And especially with your really unique situation of being injured, wanting to go to the next level, like I feel like our one-on-one calls were really where we could map out your situation and have you basically go that way that you will succeed. So like let him know a little bit about that. What was like the main thing that you liked about the one-on-ones, and where we really mapped out your whole plan?
Like you said, it was partly that there was a plan. First of all, I mean, not many people that work with all the time really have a plan designed just for you. And then it was also great having someone that you could talk to about your issues and things that you were going through, that was understanding about them, asking questions and trying to give you some confidence back. So it was the confidence, it was the plan that you had for me, and then it was obviously also always knowing that you were someone that knew what they were talking about, because I know you from a long time, so I know that there was things that you've been going through too. So it was just great to see that there was someone on the other side there who really understand what was going through my mind.
There are a lot of coaches out there, so what made you specifically choose me? Why did you really like the program that I kind of showed you on our onboarding call? And yeah, what was the reason you said, okay, this is what I need?
I mean, for me, when I look at someone, I look at the person first. So it was great to see that there was someone that actually went through adversity themselves. So someone that came from a pretty similar place and actually made it to a great place themselves. So with that, it was the designed one-on-one plan that we had, and also knowing that it was not working with a PT that would give you stuff that was just for your physical abilities. So it wasn't like we'd work on just ankle stability and all that, but it was actually football specific, so, or soccer specific, however you want to call it. So it was great that we worked on stuff that I knew they were going to transform to my performance on field. That was great.
And I mean, particularly for you, also the mindset part was really important, where we really dove deep into like those reprogramming your mindset, in terms of you had those limiting beliefs of like, oh, I don't know if I can come back after this injury and even like exceed the level that you have. So walk us through that. Like what kind of like mindset frameworks do you think were the most important for you in terms of like breaking that limiting belief you had?
overall, what we did, I'd call it a mental rebirth. So it was kind of shifting my identity from the dark spot where I was at, that I was struggling with myself, struggling with to believe in my abilities, struggling with just general the love for the game, because I couldn't do it at that point, to going back to someone that loves playing it, loves working for it, loves grinding for it, and the meaning in themselves, because that's at the end of the day what gets you to a greater spot there. When you're at a point where you really believe in yourself, you can exceed all the limits you thought you had.
Yeah, 100%. And once you decided, like, kind of working together, like, what was your first impression of the program once you joined?
I mean, you laid out a clear structure for me, so that was great to see. I could show everyone else too, like, that was an army, like, hey, like, this is my plan, this is how it's going, this is where I'm gonna be at that point if everything goes right. So structure was important for me. I felt hopeful again too, because I had that plan and I could really hold on to something. It was not only sometimes words that you get from a coach or from people around you that say, oh, you'll be fine and you'll work through it, you've always worked through it. So it was great to have something and somebody to hold on, so that I really knew, okay, there was someone pushing me, there was something that I had that I could work through and be like, okay, if I do this, this and that, I'll be fine again. So that was just great.
Awesome. So once we actually got you on the plan, what were, like, kind of like the first results that you saw within, like, let's say the first 3 weeks of you putting in the work?
I mean, obviously, first of all, it was about fatigue. Yeah, I mean, going from doing regular workouts to post-work specific stuff was kind of fatiguing my body, but at the same time, once we passed those 3 weeks, my body felt stronger again. So I really felt the shift from being that injured, weak person to being like, okay, like, I'm slowly getting back to where I was, and I had less pain. Because you said your foot injury, I was struggling with everyday stuff, so it wasn't like I wasn't only struggling at the gym when I was trying to go for a run or lifting stuff. It was more like I'd wake up in the morning, I'd stand up and be like, oh, okay, like, I can feel it, I guess there's something wrong. So obviously we went over those certain steps, and then obviously also my mind felt a lot better, because I'm someone that needs to be active. Like, that's just something that is in my nature. So it was great to finally do stuff again and be like, okay, like, I'm exhausted, but exhausted in a good way, that I'm like, okay, I can get a good night's rest now because I put my work in today, I did all this stuff, so that was just great.
Awesome. Yeah, and what I say is, you really put in the work. Like, I will never take basically credit for the achievements that the players, like, have, that I do, because I can give you the plan, like, I can give you the guidance, and I can kind of show you around, but it's all about if you actually execute it. And this is where I'm super proud of you. Like, you took this plan and you absolutely executed on T, and you showed everyone. I mean, you won Defender of the Year this year. Like, that's freaking amazing from not playing at all. Like,
Good.
So that's really one thing I have to, like, give you props for, that you did it, you put in the work, and it paid off. So we were just talking about, like, basically the things that you saw in the first 3 weeks, and those were all great things, but what would you say was, like, the one big thing that really shifted things for you, where you said, hey, I'm dominant again, I'm back on that field, and I'm that guy that's gonna be the Defender of the Year even before it happened?
I mean, as I mentioned before, it was the fact that you actually gave me stuff that would work on my football specific abilities. So it was us training explosiveness, because I mean, everyone who's playing in the back as a center back talk, and you most likely understand what we're saying when we say that we're not the fastest guys.
Yeah, 100%.
And we get into a lot of moments where we have to either chase an attacker who's probably half the size of us super quick. We gotta be able to win everything in the air, whether it's corners or long balls, all of that. So that was really great to feel that we were working on something that would actually boost me on the field and give me an advantage over everyone else there. So that was great.
Yeah, no, 100%. You were just talking about, like, this, like, things that translate right into your game, because I see so many coaches give their players like those generic plans that are yeah, I mean, great, they're gonna give you or get you somewhere, they're gonna get you some improvement. But what would you say was really like the most important thing that translated right into your game, and where you was like when you were coming back on the field, you were like, oh damn, like I'm flying, like I'm more explosive, I'm getting up there, like I'm pushing players away, I am more physically dominant. So like what was that one thing in the plan that you really liked about the thing? Was it like kind of like the connection between one of, obviously we worked on your strength again, getting that foot strong and the frame strong again, and also like the explosiveness in terms of like sprints and everything?
I'd say it was transition of being able to actually put that strength, that muscle that we put up to work. So I feel like I was never someone that struggled doing lifts, lifting a lot of weight in perspective to my body shape. But it was great to feel that we actually put that to work in a specific way, so that I was like, okay, those squats that we did in combination with the plyometrics, it was not like, okay, I get bigger quads, but it was, okay, like, hey, I'm getting up there now, like I'm flying. So just like you said before, so that was amazing.
When we started talking, I know you were already doing like some stuff, but what would you say was really like the difference within this program to what you did before and what you saw in like other coaches?
I mean, all the stuff I did before was the general stuff, like strengthening certain areas, getting muscles back on and all that, putting more safety on. But I was always lacking that aspect that we had, that football specific design, so that I could really see, okay, this is translating to my game right there, this is improving that part of my game. So that was really great. And not only having the expertise from you about that, but also we could talk about technical stuff and how that would transition into my game right there. So that was just a great combination of things.
Yeah, no, and I think a big thing for us was as well connecting like kind of like the mental side of the game with the play side of the game, because I remember when we went to like your clips this season where you were like, okay, at the beginning you were having like those doubts, those that kind of fear of getting injured again, and you were playing like some passes that led to mistakes. At the end of the day, nothing to do with like your technical or tactical ability. It was more of like your mind that was kind of playing into it. And I think a big thing was that we really like dissected the clips in terms of, okay, what are the mental frameworks that we can apply to help you, give you those cues. So tell a little bit more about that, how that kind of helped you.
Well, I mean, obviously 100% right at that. I remember us going over those clips, and we could see that certain mistakes that I did weren't because of my actual abilities on the field. It was more like those 2-3 split seconds that you overthink something, whether it was on a pass, to be like, how can I really play that pass? To that transitioning to, at the end of the season, the confidence in myself that I saw certain passes that opening up, and that actually playing that pass right away, not even overthinking it. So that was one part of it. Or, I mean, we look at so many 1v1 duels where in the beginning I would have gotten sulked on, might even dropped off, giving opponents space, exposing myself then, to end of the season me going into every single challenge and most of the times winning the ball because I would actually trust myself in certain tackles.
No, absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. We've done so much progress, not only physically and mentally, but also like in your game itself. And I absolutely love what we've done. But let's say you wouldn't have joined the program, like where would you think that you are at right now if you wouldn't have made that choice, kind of that leap of faith and being like, okay, hey, I gotta change something and I'm gonna get help?
I think that I wouldn't be the same player that I am right now, just because of the fact that I probably would still struggle with the injury, not even on a physical side of things, but on the mental side, that would have still felt the impact of my game in certain situations, whether it was a pass or a duel that I'd go in. So it was great to get that part out of my head, and basically that was part of me achieving the success I have now, overcoming those fears and that injury. So that was just great.
Awesome. And I mean, we just talked about it earlier before the interview, and I mean, it was kind of shitty that you were in the situation where you had the injury, but this injury now gives you another year of eligibility next year. So, like, tell us, like, what's next? What's the next level? Because I mean, you're defender of the year now. From now on, we just go even further. What are your goals for this next year?
That's a very good question, Martin. That's something that's been on my mind. I'm probably gonna take the time that I have now after season to really think of what I want to do, where I want to go, whether it is taking the step up and trying to go somewhere else, or maybe if I say, hey, I can set a great foundation here for years to come and help the program. So that's really gonna be interesting to see what I do, but I know for sure that I have the confidence now to do either one. So that is just great.
Yeah, no, and at the end of the day, there's so many opportunities open for you now. Like, you can either build upon, become that absolute leader in the program here, maybe move on to another level, and that's really what it's all about. That you now have this like wide spectrum of opportunities that you built yourself throughout this last year, which is so cool. And right, moving on to that is like, if a player that is in the shoes that you've been a year ago, like, what would you tell them right now? What will be your like kind of expertise of how they should navigate this kind of situation you've been in?
I mean, first and foremost, I tell them to reach out, whether it is to you or to someone else around them, because I know that being in that dark spot of doubting yourself, struggling with an injury is not great. So reaching out is very important, and I can only recommend you because I worked for you. So I know that you having that expertise and also me having you by my side really gave me confidence right away, because I knew that there was someone that was specifically just taking care of me, knowing that someone else would just benefit for me if I really got better. So that was just amazing.
Yeah, no, 100%. And someone that is kind of like right on the edge of joining the program, like, what would you recommend them doing right now?
I mean, I'd recommend having that call, having that talk with you, because at the end of the day, you can read so much online, but actually reaching out to that person and then just having a chat helps a lot, because you get to know the person across from you, and then to see like, okay, is this someone I can work with or not? And I can probably say that you are someone that I work with, or I did work with. So I just say take that step, right? Have the confidence to do it.
I love it. Hey, appreciate it. That was really it for the video. Thank you, my friend. Hey, it was a pleasure working together. And for you guys, hey, if you want to have the same kind of results, or you struggle with the same things Finn did, just shoot me a message on Instagram, and I can see if you help, because by any means, I don't work with any player. Like, there is, if you're serious about this and if you want to take it to the next level, yes, we can talk. But there are plenty of players, and you could probably attest to that, that say they want it, but they're not really going for it. Yeah. So be real in your mind with yourself. Do I actually want that? And if you are, reach out to me, and yeah, we can see if we're fit and I can help you, and see if you're the next defender of the year, huh?